you all out for today's video. This is just the Christmas festive spirit at its best. Hi, welcome back and welcome to another vlogmas video. I'm Fran, this is Fran Nook in the pages, and today I have a Christmas book tag for you. It is going to be the Christmas Cracker book tag. The original video has been set to private, so for previous reasons, who knows who the creator is. So without further ado, let's begin. Prompt number 1, pick a book with a wintry cover. I'm gonna go with a recent purchase, so spoilers from my December book haul that is coming soon. It is Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson. Now, let me just show you how festive this cover is. This book has just the most gorgeous, festive, Christmassy cover. Even though it is not red, green, the typical Christmas colors, it is absolutely breathtaking. I love that it kind of twinkles in the light, and just the ice effect and the Christmas lights and decorations. I just absolutely love it. I am currently listening to the audiobook of this one because I found out that the narrators, both narrators, had a wonderful, delightful Scottish accent, and I just love listening to the Scottish accent. It's just, I'm weak, okay, when it comes to the Scottish accent, so I could not resist, and I'm loving it, and I will tell you all about it very soon in a future Vlogmas video, so stay tuned. Prompt number 2, pick a book that you're likely to buy as a present. I am going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to go with the same book that I used for this prompt 2 years ago when I did Vlogmas on my old channel, and it is so weird and meaningful in a way, I guess, that 2 years apart I'm still using the same book for this prompt. Now, I am not most likely to buy this book as a Christmas present because it is very expensive and I'm a broke bitch, but it is a book that I think anyone would love, no matter the age, no matter the reading tastes. Anyone would love this book. So I feel like potentially is a book that I could get as a present because anyone who would receive it would end up loving it. And that book is The Arrival by Sean Tan. Now, you might be more familiar with the previous cover, which is, I'm gonna make a mess here, this one. This is the original cover for this book, but then the Italian publisher went on and made this just absolutely gorgeous dust jacket, and so I couldn't resist. I didn't own this book, but I had to get it, so now I do. Now I own it, and I couldn't be happier. It mainly focuses on immigration, and it was absolutely breathtaking. It is a silent graphic novel, so anyone could read it. Again, there are so many different interpretations and levels at which you can read it, so that's why it is suited for any reader. This is the perfect Christmas present, if only for the price. I mean, I only got this for myself now, so it's gonna be a while before I buy it for someone else, but a fantastic Christmas gift. Prompt number 3, pick a festive themed book. Well, apart from Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson, I have a few. I have Let It Snow by John Green, Maureen Johnson, and Lawrence Miracle. This is a collection of 3 short stories, one for each author that participated in writing this book. There's a movie on Netflix that was adapted from this, and I watched the movie the year it came out. I think it was 2018 maybe, or 2019. All the years are mixed up right now, but the movie was great. I loved it. I definitely recommend it. It was slightly different from the book in a few parts, but mostly it was pretty faithful to it. There are some queer characters in one of the stories, which is also a wonderful thing to have, especially when it comes to Christmas themed book. It's something that I love to see. And yeah, this is one. Then I have a middle grade for you, and that is The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street by Karina Jan Glaser. This is the first book in a series. It is set in New York, and there's a family with 5 kids that lives in a brownstone. They're being evicted. I have a review for this book on my channel, so I will leave it linked in the description down below and up in the cards. You can go there and check it out, which I do recommend because this book was great and I loved it. But if you're looking for an adult Christmas themed book, then I would go with The White Christmas Inn by Colleen Wright. This is basically your typical situation where a bunch of people gather up at an inn, people who don't know each other, and then they get snowed in and they have to coexist for a few days, and of course relationships are built between these characters, relationship of various kinds, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a nice audiobook and I recommend it. Prompt number 4, pick a book that you can curl up with by the fireplace. In this scenario, either I would go with a classic, because classics kind of give me that feel of curling up with a book in front of a fireplace. Books like Christmas Carol or The Secret Garden, which is one of my favorite classics from childhood, and to this day I still think it's one of my favorites. I kind of want to read it, so I don't know, maybe next year that's gonna happen. Or maybe something with Sherlock Holmes, either one of the novels or one of the short stories that you can just read in one sitting, and you would have a nice time with a hot cocoa and the fire going. That's a pretty nice scenario. Prompt number 5, pick a book that you want to read over the festive period. I have 2 books for this prompt. One I already mentioned in my December TBR video. I will leave it linked, of course, in the description down below and up in the cards, and that is The 12 Days of Dash and Lily by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan, and this is the second book in the Dash and Lily YA series that is very Christmas themed, and I cannot wait to read that one. And the other is one that I came across very recently, and then all at once I started seeing it everywhere on Bookstagram, on other booktube videos. It was like everywhere, so I really want to read it now. And it is Dear Reader by Kathy Rensenbrink. I think I pronounced the surname right. I'm not sure, but anyways, all I know about this book is that it's a memoir about the author's life, but she does it in a way that she can incorporate books throughout, because books have always been a huge part of her life. And I've also heard that she doesn't do that with only like classics or very old books, which happens in many books about books, you know, that kind of thing. But she also mentions very recent books, and I'm very curious about that, also because it's always nice to read a memoir, and yeah, I'm curious. We'll see how that goes. Prompt number 6, pick a book that is so good it gives you the chills. Just so that I'm not too obvious, let me just pick another one that is a recent favorite. This has become one of my favorite books of all time. I'm just so in love, and if you have been keeping up with my vlogmas videos, you know what's coming. It is Annie on My Mind by Annie Garden. Oh gosh, this book. Again, I have filmed a review for this one, so you will find it linked everywhere, description, cards. But this book, this is a coming of age, a book of self-discovery and acceptance of your identity. It is the sweetest, my heart, I just can't handle it. It was just the sweetest romance, and I saw myself in this book in so many ways. It was kind of scary, like it was me, and I just do yourself a favor and pick this book up. Ignore the cover, please ignore the cover. Go watch my review, and that will say everything that needs to be said about this book. I can't handle it right now, I'm getting emotional. Last prompt is pick a book that is going on your Christmas wish list. I have planned a vlogmas video further down the line, where I tell you about the books that I would like to find under my Christmas tree, so stay tuned for that. But spoilers from that video, a book that I would like to receive, let's be honest, I'm not gonna receive it, but a book that I would like to get so that I can read it next year is To the Warm Horizon by Choi Jin-young. I hope I said it correctly. And I've heard about this book from Willow at Books and Bow. I recently discovered their channel and they talk about so many great books that I was like, my TBR is crying. But okay, this is kind of like The Road, Station 11. It is post-apocalyptic. There's a group of women, I think, that are trying to survive in the wilderness. I don't quite remember, but it sounded incredible. Like when they were talking about it, they really sold this book. Like they made me want to read it right that second, in that moment. And it is queer. There's a sapphic love story, I think, or sapphic representation, and the cover is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just very curious to read this book, and even if I don't find it under the Christmas tree, which is again likely, I will get it for myself and read it next year. Definitely. And this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. And now it's time to tag some people. I decided to tag booktubers that I have discovered very recently. Hopefully they'll want to do it. If they don't want to, it's absolutely fine. But let's just, you know, to keep the Christmas spirit going. I have the worst memory. If you've been here for a while, you know that. So please excuse me if I need to read all the names and channel names because I just can't. Since I've mentioned them, of course I'm gonna tag Willow at Books and Bow. I don't know if they do tags. I'm not quite sure because I don't think I've seen many on their channel. But if you want to do it, you're tagged. Then I'm going to tag Isabella at It's Bells. I'm gonna tag Dasha at Mythic Pages. I'm gonna tag Alicia at Alicia Guzman. And last but not least, Becky at Teacup the Storyteller. Oh, and I also want to tag Elisa at The Redhead because I think she liked that I tagged her in one of my last videos. She seemed pretty happy about it. So I'm gonna tag her again and hopefully you'll do this tag. If you're watching this video, please do it because I want to see your answers to these prompts and what books you go with. Again, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments if you have read the books that I have mentioned, and also tell me how you would answer to these prompts, particularly the book that you would more likely buy as a present, because I'm curious. Before you go, a quickly reminder to subscribe to my channel if you haven't, to click the bell thingy to get notified whenever I upload a new video. You can like this video, share it. You can follow me on the social media. I have a Coffee account, which is a digital tipping service, and you will find all the information in the description down below. I will see you again tomorrow with another Vlogmas video, and until then, have a good one, take care, and keep reading. Warm hugs! Bye!